Have been removed as graduation requirements. We'll talk about what this means for students.
A person died at the Perry Castaneda Library Saturday. What we know at this time.
UT has announced its keynote speaker for its 2025 commencement ceremony.
TikTok is safe for now as President Trump signs an executive order Friday. How long this new deadline extends.
Texas women's basketball's road to the national championship falls short after a loss in the Final Four game. Deeper analysis coming your way. This is Texas News Primetime.
News made for Longhorns.
Good evening. For Monday, April 7th, I'm Hope Vanderburg.
And I'm Areebah Bharmal. Thank you for joining us. We open tonight with breaking news. In an email sent to students earlier today, UT confirmed that all skills and experience flag requirements will be eliminated from degree plans effective immediately. For the past 18 years, flags have required all UT students to take courses in a variety of areas in order to graduate. Flags, including ethics, global cultures, quantitative reasoning, and others, will no longer be a part of degree plans. The core curriculum and writing requirements mandated by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board are still required. The announcement was made an hour after priority registration began on campus and comes just 2 days before the regular registration period is scheduled to begin. The university has not responded to a request for comment, but TSTV News will follow the story as new developments are released. In more breaking news, Southern Methodist University announced today that UT's former Executive Vice President and Provost, Rachel Davis Mercy, will take on the role of Provost at SMU. On June 1st, Mercy will join former UT President Jay Hartzell, who was recently named SMU's next president. Mercy says she, quote, shares Dr. Hartzell's energy and dedication to advancing SMU's success, end quote.
A person died at the Perry Castaneda Library Saturday, according to KView. UTPD on-site confirmed to TSTV News Saturday that there is no ongoing threat to the university. A cause of death has not been confirmed at this time. Native Texan Taylor Sheridan will be the keynote speaker at UT's 2025 commencement ceremony. Sheridan is an award-winning screenwriter, producer, and director, most known for his work on Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown, and Tulsa King. He looks forward to celebrating the graduates this spring at the ceremony on Saturday, May 10th. The event is expected to have over 50,000 attendees. The Moody College of Communication also announced its keynote speaker earlier today. Linda Garza, General Counsel for Siete Family Foods, will be delivering this address. Family Weekend kicks off on campus this Friday, April 11th, and will run through Sunday. Events include access to campus amenities like rec sports facilities, the University Union Bowling Alley, and the Longhorn Esports Lounge. There will also be free performances at the Butler School of Music and discounted admission to the Blanton Museum, Ladybird Johnson Wildflower Center, and other spaces celebrating the arts and sciences. Family Weekend also coincides with this semester's ring celebration hosted by Texas Exes. On Friday from 2 to 4 p.m., students can pick up their ring for the celebration program that begins at 4:30 on the main mall. For more information, visit parents.utexas.edu/familyweekend.
Last Wednesday, Texas Hillel held their annual Israel Block Party in front of Gregory Gymnasium on Speedway. The event was met with opposition by the Palestine Solidarity Committee, who attracted a crowd of around 50 protesters over the 3-hour period. TSTV News' Joseph Sweeney brings us more on these events.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Tension mounts on Speedway as Wednesday's Israel Block Party begins to unfold.
You want to be a big martyr and big shot, don't you?
No, I
You're
don't.
nobody.
While multiple officials with Texas Hillel declined to speak with TSTV News, a press statement written prior to the block party says this annual event is meant to celebrate Israeli culture and history.
Take a picture!
But this protester tells us it instead represents erasure of the Palestinian identity.
The poppy flower, for many years, it was used as a flower and a symbol of resistance for the Palestinian people. And this year, it's like the face of their block party.
In previous years, the Palestine Solidarity Committee organized here in front of the McCollum School of Business, directly across from the block party tent. But this year, they moved over to the intersection by 21st Street and Speedway, then passing by Hillel in protest.
They can have that expressive activity, they can enjoy their First Amendment rights, and we can do that safely.
To see the university allow them to continue to do this and take up so much space while we're confined to this little corner. There's just unfair treatment all around.
But Devin Schwartz, a member of the campus peace organization Areebah, says that while students should be free to celebrate Israeli culture, celebrating the state of Israel itself sends the wrong message.
Make it much more about the humanity of the Jewish people.
From the river to the sea.
And while much uncertainty looms over the ongoing war in Gaza, Schwartz hopes that groups on campus will be able to realize that regardless of ideology, they all want the same thing: for the war to end.
In reality, we're actually on the same side, and when it comes to this current war, we actually agree on what to do.
Joseph Sweeney, TSTV News.
More than 600 people gathered at the Texas state capitol on Saturday to protest legislation affecting public education. The rally, organized by Save Texas Schools, was focused on Senate Bill 2, which advocates for tax money for private school vouchers if passed. Opponents of the bill argue that this money should be used to improve the current public education system rather than moving it to private school funds. However, many proponents of the bill believe that it gives parents more control over their children's education. Thousands of Texans gathered at the Texas Capitol later Saturday as part of the Hands Off movement, a nationwide push against President Trump and Elon Musk. TSTV News' Elijah Carl brings us more.
Guys, when you say hands off, we can get his hands off of it right now. Right now.
Thousands of demonstrators gathered at the state capitol last Saturday, alongside 5 million others nationwide, according to 5051 on Instagram. The protest, one of many since Trump took office in January, covered a variety of issues, including mass federal layoffs, rising deportations, and the influence of billionaires in government.
People are struggling to survive, and we're reaching a moment in America where we're having billionaires, people with unbelievable hordes of wealth, now enter our offices of public policy and start dictating how people who are struggling and working full time experience their day-to-day.
I can't be afraid to do things like this. I can't be afraid to speak out. I can't be afraid to go to things like this. I can't be afraid to be out there, because if every single person was afraid, then nothing would get done.
Alexandra Haddix, a local organizer with the 5051 movement, says the turnout wildly exceeded her expectations.
The numbers today prove that America is on the side of the working class. It is people like you and me who stand up and demand change for the better.
Step aside and lend a hand. I ain't going back again.
Elijah Carl, TSTV News.
The city of Austin is testing out a new strategy to combat homelessness. The Housing-Focused Encampment Assistance Link Initiative, or HEAL, will target areas that pose high public safety risks or issues with critical infrastructure. The way it works is simple. The city goes in, identifies each person by name, and moves everyone into a shelter. The area is then cleaned and restored. Since the unhoused individuals are given a place to stay, they are less likely to return back to the encampment. The city has also released its 2024 water quality report, highlighting that the city's entire public water system is free of lead pipes. Austin prides itself on being a city that banned lead pipes before a federal ban took effect back in 1986. Another notable point mentioned is the complex journey that Austin's water takes before being treated and distributed to homes and businesses throughout the community. The water report information is released annually. President Trump signed an executive order on Friday, April 4th, to extend the deadline for the TikTok ban. The ban, which was set to take effect on April 5th, has a new deadline now of June 20th, giving the Trump administration 75 more days to negotiate a deal. According to a post on President Trump's Truth Social account, the Trump administration is currently working to sign all necessary approvals to keep TikTok in the United States. However, the recent tariffs are slowing down the negotiations with China. When we come back, UT students take the trip of a lifetime to the women's Final Four, and a special group of people paid for them to get there. And it was a chilly couple of days here in Austin. We'll bring you the latest weather update. Primetime will be right back.
13 of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore, seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue?
Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime. While many across campus were tuned into women's basketball Final Four game, a group of UT students had the chance to be there in person thanks to the team. Women's basketball head coach Vic Schaefer and players Rory Harmon and Madison Booker sponsored the trip to Tampa, Florida. The three paid for the 17-hour bus ride, hotel, and tickets to the Longhorns showdown against South Carolina. Before the game, Coach Schaefer expressed his excitement for UT students being in attendance and cheering on the team. Glenn Powell has launched Smash Kitchen, a lineup of organic condiments aimed at reimagining the classics without unwanted ingredients. Inspired by family barbecues and healthier eating, Powell and co-founders Samir Mehta and Sean Kane created non-GMO condiments with high-quality organic ingredients. The launch features 8 flavors, including organic hot honey ketchup, organic spicy mayonnaise, and organic hot honey barbecue sauce. All are available at Walmart and Walmart.com. The final nominees for the James Beard Awards have been released, and one Austinite has made the cut. Arjav Ezekiel was one of the 5 people named nationwide to receive a nomination as Outstanding Professional in Beverage Service from Birdies, a new category as of this year. The official James Beard Restaurant and Chef Awards ceremony will take place on June 16th at the Lyric Opera of Chicago. This will be the 35th anniversary of the ceremony.
The ABC Kite Festival took place in Austin this weekend. TSTV News' Emmy Adams was there, bringing us more on the festivities.
The 97th ABC Kite Festival took place in Austin last Saturday, April 5th, in Austin's very own Zilker Park. The event held a variety of different activities for those of all ages, including live music, bounce houses, and a kite flying competition. TSTV News spoke with Julia Williams, a junior at UT who attended for the first time last week.
It's just a great opportunity to enjoy Zilker Park and the beautiful views of the city. It's great to see everybody just enjoying the fest today.
The festival also contained Mini Market, a pop-up market that showcases women-owned small businesses.
This is the second time we've been out here at Kite Fest, and so we're really excited. I started my brand about 10 years ago in memory of my mom. It's just a good environment to feed off of each other and be able to ask questions. Yeah, build from there.
We've had our shop since 2019. We just opened a second location last year, and we love our customers. We try to support local designers and other jewelry artists.
We're really excited to be out here, and yeah, it's just great to support all the local businesses, and especially women. You know, we love it out here.
The ABC Kite Festival will remain an Austin tradition for years to come, bringing people together through colorful fun. This is Emmy Adams, TSTV News.
When we come back, will temperatures warm back up in Austin this week? And wins upon wins for Texas baseball and softball this weekend. Primetime will be right back.
13 of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue?
Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime.
Chilly temperatures creeped up on us this past weekend. Kai Fong is here with us now to talk about this week's weather. How are you doing, Kai?
I'm doing pretty good, Areebah. I'm just happy to be here. Tomorrow is looking to be a pleasant day. We are expecting slightly warmer weather than today with a high of 75 degrees with a low of 44 degrees. It also should be sunny tomorrow, so you should not need your umbrella, and it will be less windy than it was today. If you're planning to study outside tomorrow, it would be as good as a day as any for that. Looking at our 7-day forecast, on Wednesday, we'll be facing a high of 82 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. On Thursday, temperatures will rise to a high of 87 degrees and a low of 57 degrees. On Friday, the gap between the highs and the lows will close to 84 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. Come Saturday, we're expecting a high of 86 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. By Sunday, temperatures will rise to 88 degrees and a low of 60 degrees. Next Monday, the high will be 91 degrees with a low of 64 degrees. That's your weather for the week here in Austin. Remember to wear sunscreen and stay hydrated. Back to you, Areebah.
Thanks, Kai, for keeping us up to date on Austin weather. When we come back, men's tennis secured an SEC championship, and one UT coach welcomed a new child. Primetime will be right back.
Thirteen of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue?
Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime.
Women's basketball's March Madness run came to an unfortunate close. Abby Sines has the latest for Press Box on Primetime. How are you doing today, Abby?
I'm doing well, although sad that our Texas women's basketball road to the national championship has come to an end, but Texas baseball and softball are dominating the field lately, so it's a great week.
Awesome. Well, let's dive deeper. Take it away.
Absolutely. So, Texas women's basketball road to the national championship has unfortunately come to the end, with this being the Longhorns' fourth matchup against the Gamecocks this season. Tell us what you saw, and I'll get right into that. Although Texas's season has come to an end, this historic team has so much to be proud of. Texas had a strong start in the first half. During the first quarter, Madison Booker was dominating the floor with her mid-range jumper as she was 3 for 3. Rory Harmon was also getting some good looks in the mid-range, with the duo scoring 10 out of Texas's 19 points during the first. Texas only trailed South Carolina by 1 heading into the second quarter. Freshman Jordan Lee entered the game and showed up and showed out. Lee scored 9 out of Texas's 16 points during the second. Harmon and Shea Holley were taking care of defense, each having a steal. Texas entered the half only down by 3 points, but the spark started to fizzle out during the third, as Texas's shooting dropped from 50% in the first 2 quarters to 28%. Booker, Harmon, and Lee managed some scores, but South Carolina went on an 11-point run, outscoring Texas by 11 in the third quarter and extending their lead to 14 points entering the fourth. In the final quarter, Lee hit a three-pointer to spark some hope, but South Carolina responded with a 6-point run. Texas struggled to find their shots and stop the Gamecocks on both ends. South Carolina secured a 74-57 victory. Although a tough loss, Coach Schaefer expressed his pride after the game.
One thing I'll say about this group, several things, but number one is, man, what a blessing. God blessed me with an incredible group of young ladies that have won 35 games. They're SEC champions. They went to the Final Four. They're just an incredible group of young ladies.
Jordan Lee led Texas with 16 points, with Booker not far behind with 11. Booker was announced as the 2025 Cheryl Miller Small Forward of the Year for the second year in a row Saturday. I believe without a doubt that the Longhorns will pick up right where they left off next season.
Texas baseball and Texas softball both swept their series this weekend. Tell us more on what this means and what this could look like for the rest of the season for them.
Absolutely. Switching from on the court to on the field, you know it's a great weekend when Texas baseball and softball both get a series sweep. Starting off with baseball, it was a great weekend at the Dish as Texas swept number 3 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. On Friday, Jared Spencer shined on the mound, throwing 7.2 innings with 11 strikeouts. Casey Borba and Will Gasparino each hit 2-run homers, leading Texas with a 5-1 victory. On Saturday, Texas trailed by 4 heading into the 5th inning, but Stewart's 2-run homer and Jalen Flores' 7th inning double ignited a 5-running inning, resulting in a 7-4 win. After the electric win on Sunday to end the series, the Longhorns now find themselves as the number 2 ranked team in the nation. Continuing the sweep series, Texas softball also dominated the field by sweeping Missouri on the road. Due to the weather forecast, the teams agreed to play 1 game on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. The Longhorns opened up the series with an 8-0 win, scoring 4 runs during the first inning. Sunday, Texas defeated the Tigers again in Game 2 3-1, ultimately sweeping the series after their game number 3 win with a score of 3-4. Texas softball is ranked number 1, with baseball not far behind as number 2. I'd say it's looking pretty good for these 2 Texas fighting teams.
Texas Athletics is adding another trophy to the shelf as the men's tennis team were named SEC champs. How has Texas been dominant on the court, and what comes next for them?
Yes, within their first year in the conference, Texas men's tennis can call themselves SEC champs. With this achievement, the Longhorns have now claimed 5 conference championships out of their last 6 chances, excluding 2020 when no title was awarded due to the pandemic. This year, what a better way to secure the championship title than winning against Texas A&M. That's right, the Longhorns took down the Aggies once again. Texas has now started their SEC season with a 12-0 record, and that is not a small accomplishment. Now, what comes next? Texas is set to take on number 26 Georgia on Friday in Athens this Friday.
Always a good time when we get to get a victory against A&M. Thanks, Abby, for keeping us up to date on all things sports. When we come back, celebrities showed out for the Final Four this weekend, who we saw there. And Mozart's Coffee Roasters is bringing back a popular event this spring. Primetime will be right back.
"13 of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue?
Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime.
The Final Four brought out more than just basketball fans through the March Madness Music Festival. Asher is here with us to talk about what you need to know in music, movies, and more. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. This weekend was a big one for both music lovers and college basketball fans. The 2025 March Madness Music Festival took place in San Antonio, bringing in massive crowds for headlining performances. Some of the acts to perform for the event include Doechii, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, and Pitbull. The first day of performances were delayed on Friday due to inclement weather, but that didn't stop Texas fans from making their way from the free performances and activities.
So which one of these artists would you have liked to have seen if you got to be there this weekend?
Oh, I would have loved to see Doechii. Now, Mozart's Coffee Roasters is bringing back movies on the lake through the end of May. The popular Austin coffee shop and live music venue will show a screening of a different blockbuster film each Thursday. Guests can RSVP to watch a film from the deck, which overlooks Lake Austin, free of charge. Paddleboards and two-person floating tubes are also available to rent to watch the movie on the water. Snacks like popcorn and candy will be offered in addition to Mozart's regular menu. Check out @Mozart's Coffee on Instagram for more information and links to RSVP.
Now I'm thinking I'm going to have to make it out there to see this. What movies are you hoping to see?
You know, I would love if they showed Jerry Maguire. It's my favorite movie.
I'm thinking maybe some good Disney classics in there would be a good time too.
That'd
On
be
the
perfect.
water too.
Yes.
A potential future Longhorn rosters addition was just born. On a post on Saturday, L'Oreal Sarkeesian announced that her and Steve's child has arrived, and our hearts are so full of love and gratitude. This is Coach Sark's first child with L'Oreal. He is also the father of 2 daughters and a son, Brady. Brady walked on at Texas in 2023 as a linebacker and played his first snaps in the Longhorns' win this season over UTSA. Sark's contract runs through 2031, so maybe we will be seeing his newest addition more on our screens.
So do you think we have another future Longhorn on our hands?
With his brain and his teaching ability, I think so.
Well, that's your Monday briefing. I'm Hope Vanderburg.
And I'm Areebah Bharmal. From all of us at TSTV News, thank you for watching.
Now, go out and change your world.